Welcome to the Urban Sustainable Design Workshop. I just want to introduce myself and my colleagues. My name is Jessie. I am from Toronto in Canada. I will be presenting a presentation later today on the future of transportation.
And I'm Carol from Brazil. I also have a presentation. And I'm a biologist. So we'll talk a little more.
Hello, I'm Ryan. I'm from New Delhi in India. And I'm an architect and I'll be presenting on design in transportation.
So the way the workshop is going to flow is we're each going to make a presentation around a certain content area. We'll have a question for you guys to break into small groups and have some conversation. But if there's any questions that you guys have for us, feel free to ask us at the end of our presentations. And then we're going to have some broader questions for bigger group discussion and for the innovation card for you guys to write your innovation card questions. So Carol's going to kick us off. Are there any questions before we start?
Okay. The presentation will last about 15 minutes. So it's really quick and we expect to have a lot of questions later. So I'm Carol, a biologist, okay, from Brazil, and starting the Urban Sustainable Design session, I'll tell you a little bit about strategies for a more sustainable built space. Okay, my colleagues are talking later about transportation, and I'm talking about more infrastructure, okay, urban infrastructure. Well, but I'm a biologist talking about infrastructure, how this could happen. It was the demands of my work, okay? I work at the environmental sector of my city town, and it's called Santos. It's here. Santos is near São Paulo, just an hour. And it's a port city. Santos holds the largest Brazilian port, okay? And you can see at these mountains, these green mountains here. It's like covered with tropical forests. So you have a huge urban area in tropical forests, a port. So imagine the challenge of urban planning we face at work. Okay, so that's why a biologist starts to work on the urban sustainable design. Okay. As you can see, I did not forget my academic education, especially ecology. And studying a little more, I like the idea of some guys, these guys above here, to treat the urban space as an ecosystem. Okay, our ecosystem, our built environment. And from there, many of my urban planning guidelines will be present here will take from a science that was called urban ecology. Urban ecology presumes that ecological process that occur in nature also occurs in an urban place. It's our urban ecosystem, okay? The interactions that occur, the role of species, the cycles of materials that occur in nature also occur in a similar way at the urban space. At our growing urban world. These are two photos of Santos, 2009 and 2011, and you can see the process of verticalization. Okay, it's a growing urban world. But this process of urbanization has always aimed our great comfort, and they do this promoting the detachment of nature. Okay. But today, what urban ecology brings is that to continue to increase our comfort or not to harm what is nowadays called of quality of life, we have to bring nature back to the cities. Okay, it's the process inversion. It's like mimicking nature. Okay, going a little deeper here. Conventional urbanization is based on supply centralized systems. Everything that cities need from the outside. They are inputs, water, energy, minerals, and outputs, sewage treatment, waste disposal. And these systems, centralized systems, were designed to facilitate logistical management. But as they eliminated their redundancy, the surpluses of functions, they become unsafe. Okay? The concept of urban ecology is exactly the opposite. It brings the proposal of decentralization of systems, okay? Through autonomous, supervised, connect, but less with hierarchical elements, like we call in a modular approach. From this conception, it was called the green infrastructure, which can also be called blue infrastructure, as you see later on. And the main pillar of my study was the drainage issues at the urban area, because as you can see here is Santos Channels overflowing, and this is the main problem there. And here you can see that is not a so recent problem, okay? And this photo was from last year, where you can see that climate change is still increasing this demand at my work. So what are green infrastructures? Green infrastructures are certification, green roofs, ecological sidewalks, urbanization, green spaces. This is the blue one, okay, the systems, the blue infrastructure, and the gardens. So, as I mentioned, my master's focused on the effects of that green infrastructure can have on rainwater management. Because at Santos, I found 78% of area covered by roofs. In other words, 78% of the area of my city is covered by roofs. So, how can this roof can collaborate to the urban drainage, not just as a source of runoff. Runoff, you know, are the water just flowing. Green curves can promote the stormwater management. When we have to incorporate the soil layer with the vegetation layer, the reduction of runoff is 60 to 100%, where it's compared to the runoff forest is 95% against the usual 25% of a paved city, okay? It also promotes the rainwater management, promoting a delay in time, because, you know, this layer takes a while to become saturated, and also the cistern takes a while to get full, so both prevents the drainage system from what we call flood peak, okay? And also, it can promote the rainwater management in a qualitative way. It can mitigate diffuse pollution. And when you think of seaside towns, where all the water of the drainage is going to hit the beaches and so the people. This is a crucial issue. All these data, the number, the illustration, were taken from the literature of green roofs. But here I brought some results from Santos, some results from permeable areas, that is at the ground level, okay, the gardens, not just the roofs. What this means, graph? It means that if I have at Santos rain for about 1 hour, a tropical rain, okay, a heavy rain for 1 hour, the blade of the channel will reach 32 meters, okay, in the bad scenario. But at the good scenario, if just 50% of the houses have a little garden, the increase of the blade will be 0. So just 50%, you know. And these bars here, 11 centimeters, is if just 10% of properties have a cistern, okay? And I call this an excellent scenario. If just 10% of properties have a cistern. And if 20% of the houses have a green roof, the blade will rise only 42 centimeters. That's some results from Santos. If you allow me a comment, going out of engineer and initiative politics, this is a notice, a news from Santos from last year, showing how much Santos would invest in construction, rain construction of urban drainage in a centralized systems, okay? So, the data I mentioned on the previous slide, the effects of 11 centimeters, 42 centimeters, just look at how much this will save on public investment, okay? Our money, just because you have a garden, a cistern, a green roof in your house. Not to mention corruption, okay? It is huge at Brazil. So going down to the ground level, ecological sidewalks and gardens, as well as the same benefit over by green roofs can play other important functions, such as increasing connectivity and heterogeneity. Connectivity will be more approached by Ryan and Jesse, since it's more noted in transportation, communication, information networks, but it's also a principle of space organization. Because, you know, this sidewalk, the sidewalk supports power grids, supports pedestrian transport, supports childhoods, isn't it? And also by incorporating these green lanes, they can act as buffers for stabilization of local flood spots, okay? They can mitigate flood in a local scale. And heterogeneity is the basis for biodiversity conservation. Even these small habitats, the spots can provide the basis for adaptations and gives variability to the system. So it gives resilience to the system. Illustrating again with some of my results of Santos, this graph, we can see the necessary interaction between urbanization and sidewalks. I compared the space available for ecological sidewalks for trees. Because you know, a tree, they have space for a requirement of space to gas exchanges and filtration area. And today, Santos is at this area. Currently, we have less permeable space for trees than the existing trees we already have. So in other words, in general, many planetary programs are promoted, but it does not think adequately about the free space tree has to occupy on sidewalks. And on the otherwise, the sidewalks cannot be neglected as available public space, because you see at the excellent scenarios, will be more sidewalks with these green lanes, okay? This is what we expect. But with urbanization, the connectivity of space is complete. As you can see, this photo of Santos Channel, it's completing a tree delineation, you know? Forming two ecological corridors of fauna and people. Urbanization is vital to public space functionality, as it promotes what we call walkability We have heard this word. Walkability to express people's preference for walking on certain streets. This facilitates social integration and is a relatively easy intervention. More people can plant a tree in front of their house than go to a park. And citizens tend to be more involved in maintaining their tree than care for a park they frequent. But parks are larger areas, the so-called core areas, to ensure biodiversity conservation, especially for rare species. Parks also support social relationships, fosters community sense and satisfaction and belonging. Here's a park at Santos, and you can see what a contrast when the neighborhood doesn't have the other types of infrastructure, okay? And you just prioritize having a park. So overall, the many benefits described here must be understood and valued economically. To change more than construction starts, the infrastructure aims to change mentalities and to generate best practices and simulate markets and make the urban ecosystem more resilient to the effects of climate change and always the primary goal to improve our parents' life. Here are some discussion questions for later on, okay? I told you about some representatives of my Santos, of my city, of my work. But for you, what types of infrastructure are more affordable, necessary, or more popular in your country, in your neighborhood, at your home? And do you think green infrastructure is a market niche, like an elite design, an individual choice, or you can see that as a constructive pattern in your future? And then, linking to the next presentation, the adoption of infrastructure can go along with the adoption of a more sustainable transport, and vice versa.